Hi everyone. Today I'm going to try out some more DateZ. Here today, currently, it is Valentine's Day. So, romance is in the air. Let's try to get a date to save us from the impending zombie apocalypse. 6:47 a.m. The alarm clock in your room does its best to keep you from missing your second day of school. A smooth and soft and smoky feminine voice slides out of your radio like the day before. Salutations and good morning, Massville High. It's 6:47 on this fresh Tuesday morning. The groovy transfer student I mentioned yesterday seems to have made quite the splash. The problem with standing out in high school is people notice. Look after yourself, new guy. Can't trust anyone at this school to do it for you. This has been Oriana Graves coming to you from Massville High's own, personally funded and privately owned pirate radio station, Free Radio MH, 1602 on your dials and a 5-block radius around campus. If anyone tells the teachers about me, I hate you. You check the clock, 6:50. Classes start at 7:30. Time to get up. School starts with French class. Madame Bouvier seems to be in standard form. A lot of French opera was, at least at first, based on Italian opera. Mon beau. It takes you a moment to realize she's talking directly to you. Oh no, you just got singled out. What is the French word for opera? You had almost forgotten this was a class and not some kind of strange version of stand-up. That was probably in the worksheets for last night. Did you even do them? Everyone is looking at you now, especially the cute girls all around you. This is your moment. Les opéras? Bien, I don't know how to say. I don't know any French. But your accents need some work. Do not take your conjugation from cartoons. You hear Vivi snicker. Lay, what are you, a skunk? 'Cause he stinks? No, Beck. Because he's got a long tail? What? No, it's... I don't know what she means when she says that. I thought you sounded very French. Les fromages. Les potpourri. Les... France. Miss Bouvier, everyone back here keeps talking. Quiet down, class. Let's move on to conjugation. 3 of the girls around you giggle. One of them sulks and mumbles to herself. I was talking about the cartoon skunk that's always chasing cats. I thought it was funny. You think it's going to be a long trimester, but probably not boring. After a conjugation lecture, you only partially absorb. Class ends. However, as you bend over to get your bag, you feel something squeeze your rear. Oh yeah, just so you know, this game does have some somewhat spicy content in it, so please take that and use it however you feel appropriate. By the time you look back though, all you see is the 4 girls heading off themselves. Did you imagine? Which one? French class is a dangerous place. Maybe these girls need to keep their hands to themselves. Learn some boundaries. Learn about some consent. Okay, so we're kind of limited here. Very limited. It's, I guess, basically where we can go, what we can do. So, what we just can hang around Patty. Someone's sickly looking. Huh, strange. Was that another adult teacher? You peek into the French class. You hear the teacher talking loudly. The reason the DateZ leave such an imprint not only in Europe, but the United States as well, is that they have a zest for life hidden in their nihilistic philosophy. It sounds like her. The class isn't empty today, though. You see Oriana, one of the other girls from around school, is in there. Do you have any of these films anywhere? A few compilation DVDs. The quality is not the best, but as one ages, one gains value even if it loses quality. They seem very comfortable with one another. You get the feeling this is probably a regular thing. You decide not to interrupt. Okay. So I guess we can talk to Patty. You decide to spend some time with Patty, who seems upset over her grades. I normally get great grades. This is so dumb. That stupid diorama was supposed to save my grade, but instead it got smashed. Oh, Patty, you're not being mature. Don't think crying will change my mind. Should smash stupid face. The trimester isn't over. There's still plenty of time to fix your grades. I guess, but that's a lot of work, and I already tried so hard. I thought trying to focus on my strengths, arts and crafts, instead of what I'm bad at, science, would work in my favor. Guess I was wrong. Not that grades matter that much to me or anything. What does matter to you? People I care about. Family. Things like that. I guess I do want to go to college. Just seems like something I should do. I'll need to not fail science if that's going to happen. My dad is always like, honey, you don't need college. Find a cute boy at church. Which is just, Dad, all of those guys are pod people? Pod people, huh? Yeah, guys who go to church tend to be pod people. Dress nice, talk nice, think nice, probably filled with rage boiling underneath. They don't come off genuine. Not being a little unfair? Of course I'm being unfair, they're just so stuffy. I just don't want to end up defined by the person I end up with. I want to be me with them. I want us to be more together than apart. Patty gets a sly look on her face. What do you look for in that kind of a partner? A girl who knows how to cook. Just that, a partner. You're just saying what I want to hear. Yeah, huh, dummy. She doesn't seem all that upset. I just think it sounds nice, a partner, someone who has my back and I have theirs, but, forever. Family. It's not so silly, right? No, not so silly. Patty gives a nod and a look you think is supposed to be charming. You're a good listener. Thanks. History class starts with a loud whistle from the PE teacher. Okay, everyone, listen up. This is some real dark, real true spooky junk we're going over today. Disease. We got the Spanish flu, we got the Black Plague, we got syphilis, AIDS, we got cholera. The big hitters of disease. Oh, malaria? Not on the syllabus. Yeah, but I think not on the syllabus. Okay, today we're going to break up into groups. He breaks the class up into groups. He then walks everyone through a fairly convoluted setup where people are handed pieces of paper to let them know if they're infected or not. Then everyone is supposed to shake hands with 2 other people. Afterwards, everyone is supposed to show their paper to the person they shake hands with, and then make a mark on their own paper if the other person is infected. Okay, everyone, got their papers? Go. You check. Your paper is blank. Shake hands with Vivi. Shake hands with Patty. Okay, we'll shake hands with Patty. She is infected. Oh no. I started that way. Don't blame me. She seems legitimately worried you'll think of her as unclean. Good lord. I only chose really Patty because I'm not sure without the DLCs if you can really progress in any relationships with anyone. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, find someone else to shake hands with now. Okay, Alicia or Bao. Okay, we'll go with Alicia. No, I thought I chose Alicia. I chose Bao, I guess. Sorry, what can I say? Her paper has the mark. Oh boy. Okay, now everyone check your paper. If you saw someone with a mark, you should have marked your own. After all of you check your paper, you have the mark. Guess you caught the plague or whatever. Okay, now everyone who has a mark on their paper raise their hand. Every hand in the class goes up. Every single one. Every person in the classroom raises their hand. See that? Wait, what was that? How? All of you? Did I do this right? Did I give out too many? Huh. He double checks his worksheet. The bell rings before this confusion can be cleared up. You head to the lunch line and smash. Oh, come on. You walked right into Patty, having knocked her food right up against her. I can't seem to stop walking into things this week. This top is ruined and she seems to finally realize it's you. Clumsy Patty. Drop your lunch in solidarity, okay? Oh no, my lunch got smashed too. You drop your food on the ground. Oh, come on, now we both have ruined food. Patty can't hide her charmed smile. I guess I have to keep an eye out on blind corners for you specifically. I'm going to get back in line after I clean up some. She heads off to clean the food off her blouse. You peek into the gym and... Hey, it's transfer student, ha. The PE teacher is giving you a nuggie. One arm around your neck. Why is he so big? You come to get in some extra cardio, play some of the old four squares. Ah, to be young again, before life saps away all of your energy. Still full of joy, still full of hope. You haven't lost that spark yet. You've still got a chance. Tell me, transfer kid, what do you dream of? What do you want in this world? What do you think you might achieve before you've had it beaten out of you? He hasn't let you out of the headlock. The ability to breathe. I don't know. Stop trying to live through your students. Oh boy. Should we be honest with this guy? Let's be honest. Oh. What? You don't know me. I'm trying to help you live through yourself. Pah. He finally releases you. That's enough wisdom being forced into your malleable young mind. Dismissed. You don't argue with him. As you peek into the French classroom, you see a girl leaving. You think you've seen her around campus. She just brushes past you though, and in the classroom, just the teacher now, you see that the teacher is reading a book. Pataphysics is written on the cover. Who was that just now? Oh, that was Oriana. But overall, she's a sweet girl. She is not one to make friends though, sad really. She spends a lot of time here during the breaks. She is an old soul like me. It isn't clear what she means by that, but she stares off in a meaningful way. Then she goes back to reading her book and seems to be done talking. Science class, and much to everyone's surprise, Professor Evans is there. He also tells you, unprompted, to always call him Professor Evans. He has the class off book doing some sort of experiment. It's a pretty simple process. And then you take a drop of substance B and put it into A. If there is any kind of reaction, you note down the number of designation of the mix. After that, you move on. I want to see at least 10 kids per lab group. It isn't very interesting, but it isn't hard at least. He's having us do his laboratory busy work now. This is the equivalent of a scientific sweatshop. What is he making us do? I'm not positive. There's not a lot of information here. Based on what we're doing, he's clearly using a brute force approach on some biochemistry. I wish I knew what kind of structural property he was looking for. That would let me know a lot. Vivi says this as she examines one of the kits and the chemical setups in it. Vivi and you, well, mostly Vivi, are able to get through 20 of the kits. Is he testing the reactions between proteins? Maybe something to do with RNA receptors. Very good work, you two. What is this for? It's just to help you see what it would be like to spend a day in an actual laboratory. Work like this is the day-to-day of any chemist or biochemical engineer. Vivi narrows her eyes at that, but the bell rings, which, as any high schooler knows, means that you don't have to stay in the classroom any longer than you have to. Okay, what's going on with Patty? You agree to let Patty use you as a guinea pig for some cooking she's doing in her free time in the lab. Patty is running around using the ovens they have in lab for when it's used for home ec class. Okay, try these. Patty rushes over with a plate of piping hot cookies. They're stacked up in a very Americana way. You pick one up. Ah! And drop it right back down. They're steaming. What did you think was going to happen, dummy? She has a big smile on her face while saying that. Not nice to call names, Patty. You try again, managing to get a cookie to your mouth without melting anything. It tastes terrible. It's like someone is pouring salt right into your mouth. Give a fake smile? You give a fake smile. The moment she's not looking, you hide the piece. How was it? Good. Did I finally? Patty takes a bite of the cookie. Her face falls. Black, you're sweet. I think I used too much salt. You're pretty sure if she'd used any more salt, you would have died. It's not my fault. The ovens here at school are different from the ones at home. I thought I was checking it. It seemed to taste fine when I was mixing it. I don't know why I have such trouble with simple recipes like this. Maybe my palate is broke. Don't you just have to follow the recipe? I thought I did. Maybe I got some of the measurements mixed up. Also, I hate when they say things like a pinch or a sifter or whatever other magical made-up measurement. That doesn't mean anything. It just makes me horrible. It just makes me make horrible tasting food. I want to be good at all of this stuff. Making cookies, cleaning things, ironing, sewing, ugh. I don't seem to have a lot of natural talent for it though. I think it's fun, but I seem to be so bad at all of it. It's frustrating. She picks the cookies up and tosses them in the trash. I just wish it was easier to be who I want to be. Thanks for trying the cookies. Sorry I almost poisoned you. Anytime. Patty gives you a cute wink as she heads back to cleaning. You see Jill standing with a small gaggle of people that all seem to be fairly friendly. Yeah, I know I've got bags under my eyes, but Professor Evans has been wanting me to help type up all of his notes, and he can't type up his own notes? He's very busy. I'm helping streamline his process. Doesn't he have that weird sickly looking guy as his, that thing where you assist somebody? An assistant? That's the one, hun. You'd think a professor from university can make do with one assistant. A university here in the States, we say maybe the uncultured Yanks do. Professor Evans is a genius. You maybe all don't get it yet, but what he's doing is going to change the world. Whoa, okay, hey, okay, we get it. We just think you seem tired all the time lately. Evans is really counting on me. I can't just let him down. You eventually decide to stop eavesdropping. They all seem pretty familiar with each other. And you feel like a fifth wheel just even thinking about going over there. After your second day at Massville High, you stumble into your dorm room. A night of only getting about half your homework done and passing out early is the right of every high school student. You get some shut-eye. You're awake. You don't know why. Your heart is beating 500 times a second. You feel like your bed is shaking. The bed isn't shaking. You are. You're terrified. You don't even know why. You can barely move, like you're frozen. The long, twisted shadows of the dorm room seem to reach out for you. The window. You see something out the window. Ugh. The rat again? No, so much bigger. A lurching, strange motion. Lumbering. It isn't moving right. Is that a person lurching through the dark? The way it moves makes you want to scream. You can't move no matter what you do. Frozen as the shape moves from view. When it's finally gone, you sit up with a gasping start. Looking around your dorm room, the shadows are normal again. You take a quick look around outside, and you don't see anything or anyone. Was it just a nightmare? It takes you almost an hour, but you manage to go back to sleep. It was creepy. 2 days until the outbreak. Campus is swarming with cops, at least half a dozen. There is police caution tape around the old traffic control tower. One of the cops has a nicer hat than the others. He looks like the one in charge. There's no security cameras on campus? No, at least I hope not. I don't think so. Right. I think we can gather up all the students. I'm sure this is going to just wind them all up. Yeah, probably a good idea. You and a lot of other students showing up on campus mill around trying to see what's going on, and yet far enough away to not be able to see or make out much. You see Patty half hiding and head over. This is so embarrassing. Sheriff Matthews is my dad. Has he told you what's going on? Not really, no. He warned me to stay home from school today, but he wouldn't tell me anything, so I had Mom drop me off. That might explain why she's half hiding. All I know is someone fell off the tower. Not a student, I don't think. Guess it could have been, but I think none of us would have been let into the school at all if it was a student. Also, we're not supposed to go near the tower, but that should go without saying. Why anyone goes up there at all, I don't know. This was just a matter of time. You look up at the top of the tower with her. It does look very high up right now. French class is a buzz of rumors about what's going on, quite literally. Students are speaking loudly, and wild theories are being flung around. Someone suggests there was a murder on campus, someone else a gang murder, someone else a political murder. Settle, class, settle. There was no murder. Tragedy, yes, but no murder. A homeless person fell off the tower. No one is supposed to go up there, but don't even go near it. The police are doing an investigation. There may be an assembly later, but I thought for class we could just watch a movie today. There is general cheers for the movie. So, I shall show you Cleo Day 5 or 7. I don't know how to say those. One of my personal favorites. What is this movie? As the film starts to roll, the students' excitement slowly wanes. It's an old black and white film about some woman who is waiting to find out if she has cancer. It leaves quite the mood in the air. It doesn't matter if she has cancer, she's barely alive as it is. Antoine is cute. He's a badass, probably killed people in the war. Oh, this is a love story, how sweet. You don't know if any of the girls actually understand the movie. To be fair, you don't know if you do either. You head over to the tower. Staring up at it, it's hard to think about what it would be like to fall off it. Hey kid, get back off the grass. You see the sheriff walking over to you. Didn't your teachers tell you to stay away? I know, tell kids not to go near a thing. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Not much of a crime scene to protect, but procedure is procedure. You live on campus? You give him a nod. You see anything strange last night? Tell him about what you saw. You might have seen him. If so, that means... so he crossed campus, passed down the dorms, then crossed back to get to the tower. Doesn't make any sense. Now move along and stay away from the tower, alright? He shoos you off. Fine, I'll just go talk to your daughter. You've agreed to help Patty with her rat revenge plot. Does this look like a hole to you, or a rat hole? Patty is on her hands and knees looking at holes in and around the library area. It's an old building. There are a lot of holes. Many of them possibly rat holes, geez. Kind of looks like a rat hole to me. We only have so many traps though. Patty opens up her backpack. It seems to be filled entirely with rat traps, the cheap wooden kind. Watch your fingers. There were some traps that were designed to not hurt the rat, humanitarian I think they called them, which is funny because rats aren't humans. They were way too expensive though. She sets one of them down in front of the supposed rat hole. Stupid rat. You know the rat will die, right? Duh. Patty gives a kind of overly happy looking smile at that. Ew. I mean, she freezes, her face slowly falls. I just want the rat to pay for what it did. I'm not bloodthirsty, it's a diseased animal loose in the school, and they're gross and scary. It'll be a slow, painful death. Mean. I don't want it to die painfully. I don't want it to suffer. I just want it to pay. Can't always have it both ways. I know. I'm okay with that. Okay. She sets another rat trap down. You and Patty travel around the library, setting down rat traps near anything that looks like a rat hole. Also a few things that don't. Eventually she runs out of traps. Isn't this dangerous? I mean, wouldn't the school have something to say about this. Someone could break a toe or their hand or something. We'll see tomorrow if we hit rat or not. Thanks for keeping me company. She gives you a quick kiss on the cheek like she was 5 or something and runs off. Is Patty some kind of psychopath or something? All the students are funneled into the assembly hall. Settle down, kids. Settle. Look, they're so loud. There's a loud, piercing whistle. Alright, all you underdeveloped fetuses. Sheriff Matthews needs your attention. Give it. All the kids look up at the front. It does quiet down, mostly. However, given what's going on, whispering and rumors are rippling around at incredible speeds. Now I'm sure you're all very worried. You're worried. Alicia, do not make me give you more gum duty. Be quiet. A member of the local law enforcement is talking. Don't worry about it, Coach. Kids will be kids. I mean, my own daughter insisted on coming to school today, even though I tried to keep her home. One day, your little girl. The next day, they're making choices all on their own. Evans looks very sad for a moment. His poker face returns, though. All of you, no one needs to worry. What you've probably heard is true. Someone died on the school campus last night. However, we figured out their identity and it seems like it was probably an accident. They were probably drunk and went up onto the tower and then fell. The person who got hurt is not a student. I doubt any of you knew him. For obvious reasons, no one is allowed up on the tower anymore, and going up there could be ground for suspension and even legal action. This is for your own safety. Patty is sitting next to you. You can see her face go beet red when the sheriff talks about her like that. She honestly looks like she might set the seat on fire with how pink she's getting. He's just your dad, try not to judge him. I'm going to kill him. God, Patty's getting scary. No, but he's such a dunderhead. There will probably be an officer or two on campus for the next few days. They're there for your protection. Don't let them worry you. You all have a good day now. Patty mumbles something, but you can't make it out. It sounds angry. Sheriff takes a few questions, but when they turn out to be fairly inane and pointless, one kid asks what kind of gun he has, the assembly is finally finished. On the way out of the assembly, you see one of the girls from your class run off. What's up with her? Probably chasing UFOs. Oriana's a weird girl. You decide to hang out with Patty at the library. My dad's the sheriff in town. I think I've mentioned that. It's kind of neat because, he's the sheriff. However, it has its downsides too. He's way overprotective, my dad, though, like way. He once pulled me out of a tumbling class because I bumped my head. Like forever, I never got to go back. He hates the idea that the world is full of so many things that could hurt his family. He's always trying not to talk about some of the things he sees or hears. You can tell, and sometimes if he's working at home, he leaves out some photos or reports. I don't go peeping, but I've seen things on the kitchen table late at night when I go for a glass of water. Patty looks off. She's obviously thinking about something specific. What do you think of guns? Well, this is escalating quickly. They're cool, they're scary. Are we allowed to talk about this at school? Oh, we can talk about anything at school. Patty looks left and right. As long as no teacher hears us. Don't tell her this, but I'm really jealous of Alicia playing with rifles all the time. She's always going to the local shooting range and talking about how she's used a .264 or something else really cool like that. I wish I got to play with guns that much. I wish I got to fire a Winchester every week. So why don't you? My dad. Patty. She's doing an obvious impression of her dad. It sounds kind of like Fred Flintstone's. Patty, now don't you go shoot a gun to play around. If you're going to practice with a gun, you're going to practice with a gun you'd really use. She sighs after the impression. He'll only let me play with rifles if I agree to go hunting or something. Otherwise, it's all small caliber self-defense pistols, specifically the ones he owns and keeps in the house. I told him I'd buy one of the other guns, and he told me good luck. Guns are expensive. I'll never afford one of those on the salary of a high school student who doesn't work and has a dad who doesn't believe in allowance. I just want to shoot something other than a cult official sometime. Cult official? COP, the cop, the cult official police. It's a 38 special. My dad has 3 of them. It's the gun I get to use if I ever get to go shooting, which is only like twice a year. I like holding it. I like firing it. It makes me feel powerful. The 3rd one is technically mine. I sometimes even carry it when I'm scared. Normally my dad makes me keep it in a safe. I know the numbers, but he checks it every now and then. He got really mad at me once when I'd kept it out. I just feel less afraid when I hold a gun. Sometimes I carry one around. Or not, just around. Oh gosh. It makes it so I can face anything. I only do it if I feel really unsafe. I don't just keep a gun on me all the time. Go ahead, check my purse. No gun. She lifts her purse up and holds it open. You do check. Hey, don't look in my purse. What's wrong with you? She snatches her purse back. Well, you offered. I want my own rifle. I guess having my own pistol is enough. She mumbles this as she stares off, obviously fantasizing about the firearm she could have one day. All right. When you show up to science class, the students are all milling about outside. He's just been so busy, it's really understandable if you just knew what he was working on. Yeah, what is he working on? I don't think he's allowed to just do this. Shouldn't the coach be here? You see there's a note tacked up outside the science room. It just says, class canceled. Maybe we should go in anyways. The door's locked. First thing we tried. It actually took a few minutes for someone to try. We could break the door down, have class anyways. You do remember that my dad and a lot of other cops are just walking around campus right now, right? Yeah, let's not break the door down. Yet. Where is Evans? I don't know. I don't. I wish I did. Students mill around for a few more minutes, but eventually they disperse. I guess I can talk to Patty again. You see Sheriff Matthews, and he's yelling at someone. This isn't a conversation. Like most people, when a man openly carrying a firearm is yelling, you pay attention. I need you to listen to me. Why? You never listen to me. He's yelling at Patty. Right in the middle of campus near the tower, they've broken into full-on family fight mode. It's clear that whatever has boiled over has gotten so heated they don't really remember or care who might be watching. Because I can't trust you with anything. I told you to stay home, and then you tricked your mother. Tricked? I said, Mom, I want to go to school. Dad wouldn't drive me. Would you drive me? Some trick. Your mother knows better than to openly go against my wishes. She probably realized how stupid your wishes were. What do you think I'm going to catch death from some homeless suicide victim? You have crime scene photos out on the kitchen table sometimes, Dad. I'm not afraid of death. Look here, little missy. I probably should be. Dad, I should probably want to stay home. Listen to me when I'm talking to you. But it's so normal to me that I'd rather just be here. I don't like you having to be around this sort of thing. You suck at keeping me out of it then. Your mother. It's just getting louder. Also, they seem to both be talking past one another and not even reacting to what the other is saying after a while. Everyone is starting to look. It's like a train crash, only far more interesting because the train is yelling about private family affairs very loudly. It seems like this might go on for a little while. Step forward and grab Patty's hand. You grab Patty's hand firmly. She looks at your hand and at you, and then back to her dad. And who might this young man be? He's my friend, Dad. I think he's sick of you treating me like I'm an invalid. I do not treat you like an invalid. You should. Your voice cracks. You should. That sounded better, but the man has a revolver on his hip. Trying to sound intimidating probably isn't going to work. Step off yourself. What? There is a bit of ripple through everyone watching. Patty as well. The sheriff also. Son, I don't even know you, and I'm sure as I'm not your son. Patty is your daughter, though. I know you're afraid bad things will happen to her, but getting in a shouting match in the middle of the school is only going to alienate her from making friends and from you. All your fear is doing is driving her away from everyone and making her life objectively worse. You give your best crazy eyes at him, trying a variety of different expressions, hoping one of them is the "don't shoot me" face. There is a very long moment. It stretches out into the longest moment of all time. You start to wonder if time itself has stopped. Patty is silent. Matthews is silent. The quad is silent. Not a single voice drifts. Then Sheriff Matthews spits to the side. Patty, you agree with any of the drivel that came out of that boy's mouth? Patty nods. Well, I think you should bring this friend of yours around for dinner sometime. Matthews pats you on the shoulder and walks past you and just walks off toward the parking lot. You see Bao across the way staring at you. She mouths, "Holy shit," very widely. I can deal with him. You didn't have to do that. She kisses you on the neck and grabs her hand while she does it. Grabs your hand again. Her fingers intertwine with yours. The kiss isn't just a peck on the cheek. You feel her lips press against you. You can feel your heart beating in your chest. But thanks. She says this gently, like a whisper, before she heads off. It's several minutes before you can think again. After a very strange day, you make it back to your dorm. It's harder to focus on homework than you expected. All you can think about is that tower and how dark it would be if you fell off it in the middle of the night. Sleep does not come easily. Once more you find yourself staring out the window at night. However, tonight is too dark. Maybe there's no moon, it's just black. Sleep comes eventually. Okay guys, that's all for today of DateZ. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. Please like and subscribe if you would, and I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.